Yeah, welcome to this lesson on Black and White Sunshine from Who Built the Moon by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. This is a great album from 2017, and in this lesson I'm going to cover both Noel's rhythm parts and then the main riffs and fills that are played by him in the studio, but they're handled by a second guitarist on tour, so I'll refer to those as the second guitar. This song is capoed up on the third fret. Um, so it's actually an F major, but I'll be referring to the chords as if they were in the open position because it's going to be easier that way. Um, so let's start with the key elements. I'll just play the main sections of the song a few times each, and then I'll break it down. Okay, so this starts off with, well, the first thing you need to know is you're capoed up on the third fret, okay? And what I'm going to do is, instead of saying, well, it's the third, fret above the capo, I'm just going to refer to the actual frets. So you can see that this is the fifth fret, this is the third fret, this is the seventh fret. Otherwise, it's going to get too confusing, especially when we get up here. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off with this D sus 2 chord. You can see the diagram. You're going to just play, so you're just playing the G string, the B string, the G string, and then the E, B, G. And then you move up here to the 8th fret, the actual 8th fret, and play on the E string, reach over with your index finger to the G string and play 7th fret, hammering into the 8th. And then you slide holding up 2 frets and play the E string again. That's the whole thing. So it's just, you just have to get that in muscle memory and you'll be good. Now, that's what the second guitarist is playing. Noel, while he's singing the verse, is playing. And so he's just playing the D sus chord. And then this is like, if it weren't capoed up, this would be an F major 7 chord. You can look at the diagram because he adds this bass note and play. And then this G chord. And the whole time he's doing that, the second guitar is doing. And the only difference is that the only time that varies when they're singing the verses in the second iteration, after he's done the chorus and everything else, he alternates, the second guitar alternates the riff with a slightly different riff. So the regular riff is, and the alternate riff is, and so what you're doing is you're starting off the same way. and coming over here. And then when you get to this 7th fret on the G string, you're doing this. You're doing, which is the same, you know. You're just not playing this. You're playing. So you take your ring finger and come over here to the B string at the 11th fret, and then come back down to this G string at the 7th fret and play that note twice with some vibrato. So that's, and then you go and you alternate that with, and that's the only change, or the only thing that's different during the actual verses that he's singing. Okay, so the next part is a sort of pre-chorus where he says, "I get to slip my skin, you know, when my ship came in," and what's going on there? Again, there's kind of two different things. You know, there's what the second guitarist is doing, which is the more interesting stuff, and there's what, you know, Noel's just playing some rhythm chords. So what the second guitarist is doing is starting with you're fretting the a B string at the actual 6th fret, right? And you're playing you're following that with an A chord, where you're taking your pinky and putting it on the B string at the actual 8th fret, and you're playing. It's the same idea, you're just sliding the pinky up 2 frets and going back. So you've got. Then he comes over and plays this C add 9 chords, one of his favorites. Then you play an actual D, not a D sus2, and you play, and then you take the your finger off the E string and create the D sus2. So so the whole thing is. Keep repeating that while he's singing the, you know, all the way now and all that stuff. You just keep playing that. And if you just want to play what the rhythm part that Noel's playing, it's very similar to that. You know, instead of playing just this, what you're playing is this G chord. But don't play the E string. Just fret the B string at this, you know, the actual 6th fret, and play, and then play the A chord the same way. The C add 9, and the D chord to the D sus. So again, what you've got is. All right, and then the final part of the chorus is, you know, where he's saying, you know, you've got the nerve, I've got the brain. That's this kind of odd chord. It's like an A chord. So you start off barring here. All right, and then you fret. It's as if you're making an A7 chord. All right, so you're going to fret the E string here, and then you bring your pinky over and grab the B string at what is the actual 8th fret. Okay, and it sounds like this. And he's playing that sort of chop. It's kind of. So if you get the next, then the next hit on an upstroke, you get the emphasis of this. And you'll hear, if you listen to the record, you hear something slightly discordant in there. And I think what he's doing is taking this pinky and sliding it down just one fret and then back. So it's kind of like. So you can just fool around with that, or you can just keep it as. And then you're back to it. And that's really all there is to the song. So, hope you have fun with it. Great song, and take care.